Hello everyone, and welcome to today's live stream, which happens to be the last live stream of the year. The Christmas event went live, and it happens to be the last game update of the year, but don't despair, it's not all bad news. We're feeling cozy, and we're going to be filling the next hour or so with a lot of festive fun and reminiscing on the last year. We've got a lot going on. First, we're going to play through the Christmas 2023 event to get into the festive spirit. Then we're going to continue with a Christmas parade. We're going to walk across the cozy landscapes of Gielinor with all of you in our most festive fashionscapes. It's happening on World 499. I'm already there. I'm the stray dog. We're chilling just north of Farmer Fred at the moment. Come say hi. At various points, I think we're going to do some kind of drop parties. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then throughout the stream, we're going to be giving away 3 sets of old school top trumps. They are the elusive giveaways and goodies that we mentioned in the broadcast. So stay tuned. There you go, graphic. Look at that. We're marketing. But first, let's check in with our guests, see how everyone's doing. We have Mods Sarnie, Husky, Manked, and Maylea. I'm going to go around. Let's begin with Sarnie. Sarnie, how was your weekend? Are you ready for Christmas? Have you been a good boy this year? What are you hoping Father Christmas brings you? All of the above.
I think so. I think I've been a good boy this year. And anything Lego related or Pokemon related, I'm pretty good for in terms of Santa. So please. Yeah, this weekend was nice. I had a D&D session with some longtime friends, which lasted like 10 hours, I think, non-stop. So that was very fun. And yeah, just prepping the last little bits before we all end up going away. So yeah, really good.
Excellent. Tell me more about the D&D on Thursday, one of our party. Over to Mod Husky. How was your weekend? Are you ready for Christmas? Have you been a good boy this year? What are you hoping Father Christmas brings you?
I hope I've been a good boy this year. I don't know, like, if you can find the answer to that, tell my friends and family, because they keep sending me messages, and I'm like, I don't know what to get me for Christmas, just get me something, I don't know. Like, I'm just so... I don't like asking for things, if you know what I mean, right? As for the weekend, I don't know, I'm just like being... Maybe, like, I'm nervous about Christmas and, like, so far behind because I can't stop playing the League, so that's like, suddenly I'm like, yeah, December's fine, I can still grind the League. And then I'm like, oh, it's like 2 weeks away. Maybe I should be doing some Christmas shopping. So yeah, that's my life right now.
You know, on the list of questions, I was going to ask everyone, how's Leagues going? But it's already going to be it's going to be a long stream. I didn't want to kind of set us off. I think we've all got stories to tell. But I've been following your antics on Twitter. And we're also in the same Discord too. You've been making some gains. Did you manage to get the chambers? I'll leave it at one question on Leagues with you. Did you manage to get your chambers dropped?
I'm still missing a lot of stuff from chambers, but one of those things I'm missing is not a twisted bow. For those who are not following, I have 5 of them currently.
Yeah.
So if you're missing a twisted bow in the League, I probably stole it. Sorry, not sorry.
All right, Mod Manked. How was your weekend? Are you ready for Christmas? Have you been a good boy? What are you hoping Father Christmas brings you?
Yep, had a good weekend. I think I literally just played Leagues, similar to Husky probably. Have I been a good boy? I've only killed a few people in the wilderness this year, so it's probably less than last year, so hopefully I'll be in the good books. And what I'm hoping for Christmas, I don't know, I think I've asked for a backpack, so we'll hope we'll get that. And yeah, that's me.
Got my fingers crossed. And we need to fix the not killing enough players in the wilderness thing. You were going to take us on Worldy boss trips, and we did 1, maybe 2. Let's change that. We've got a whole Christmas break. Let's go. Let's get back. Let's get back to it. All right. Okay. And last but not least, I saved it for last because it's your very first live stream. Mod Maylea, welcome. Would you like to tell the community a bit about yourself, your time with the team, whatever you want? Say whatever you want. You go ahead.
Right. Hello, everyone. I've been in this company for far too long. Can you believe 17 years? I'm like running just in the hills of Modash, but never mind. I've only been in Old School for a few years, but I'm always in the background, so you never see me. So this is a rare occurrence. I come out of my hiding just because it's Christmas, and I wrote all of the dialogue, and I wanted to see how people took it. So this is going to be interesting. Yeah, it's nice to work with the team, and you guys are all awesome. And you guys behind the camera watching this, you're all awesome too. So let's go and do this. Woo!
We appreciate you coming out of hiding. I don't think I agree with everyone in Twitch chat being all awesome. I think they're all going to get coal for Christmas this year. But hey, we'll move on. All right, I've got everyone's favourite time for the live stream. It's announcements. I'm going to speak a lot. Get ready. Firstly, exclamation mark game update, no spaces. The 2023 Christmas event is here. Find Jack Frost and Lumbridge to join in on the festive fun. Ice skate emoji slide your way over here for full details. osrs.game/Christmas 2023. Exclamation mark game update. Next up, exclamation mark my year, no spaces. So you've done your Spotify Wrapped, you've done your Twitch Wrapped, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. We're going to bring you an old school version. I'm going to be very brave. Mod Druid, will you please reveal this is my stats. This is my year in old school. There you are. Don't judge me, please. I know I'm a casual. Anyway, we're going to be emailing these to you next week. All you need to do is opt into emails via your account settings, and you'll get them, plus a lot more different stats as well. I was going to get a list together, but I didn't quite manage it. But we'll talk to you on social media or something, and you're able to see what you're going to get. So anyway, you're able to see hours played, the XP gained, the deaths, boss killed, etc. I don't think it's as bad as it could have been. I think we're going to do a bit of a year retrospective later on. I only really started playing again like heavily around DT2. So I'm fine. I'm fine with what I achieved. I'm coping, but I'm fine with what I accomplished this year. Right, exclamation mark my year. I'll walk you through. You need to opt in via like midnight on the 17th or something like that. It says in the command. All right, 2 more announcements. What's next? The annual survey. We know you love massive surveys and polls and all that stuff because you don't have anything better to do than answer loads of questions about old school RuneScape. Don't even pretend that you do. Tomorrow, we're going to be dishing out this year's annual survey, and your answers are going to influence future updates, and you're going to help shape the game's direction. This is your opportunity to pitch your ideas and let the team know exactly what you want to see. I think we should practice now. So Twitch chat, listen to me. Listen in 20 words or fewer right now. Type in the Twitch chat. Give us your content ideas right now. 20 words or fewer. What do you want to see in game? Keep it safe for work or don't. If you don't, I'm not going to read it aloud, but I will still read it. So let's see what you've got. Tomorrow there'll be a news post, there'll be socials, there'll be emails. Keep your eyes open. We'll be spamming you about it non-stop for a while anyway. Go away, Barclays. I'm ignoring you. Sorry about that. Last one, exclamation mark, top trumps. Old school RuneScape boss top trumps are now in stock. They're the perfect stocking for a little Christmas present. There you go. A few of you on the stream didn't know what you wanted. You want these. Get your order in fast for the best chance of receiving them in time to entertain the family over the holiday season. Exclamation mark, top trumps. And for those of you who don't know, what are top trumps, I hear you say? They're an iconic card game in the United Kingdom from the 70s, 80s and 2000s. Apparently not the 90s. I don't know why. Each card contains a list of numerical data, and the aim of the game is to compare the values to trump the opponent's card. There are lots of different types, but our type is the best one, because it's RuneScape. We put our own spin on it. There are bosses, 30 bosses, they're all powerful from the history, across the history of the game. They each have stats on it, like combat level, max hit, and boss kills, or height, or year added to the game. I'm not going to get too far into top trumps, exclamation mark, top trumps. I think Mod Druid might be treating us to a special hand cam of the top trumps. Oh, look at that. There's Mod Druid's hands. I don't know if I should keep narrating. I don't know what to narrate with.
I'd like you to narrate. Like, I wanted a full infomercial from you after this.
I think I've done a good enough job. I've sold out a lot of things today. There you are. Mod Druid, if you'd like to at some point hold one of the cards closer, and we can kind of offer an example of the types of information on. There you go. Let's get rid of that light shimmer. Perfect. Look at Callisto. What a cute little bear. Combat level, max hit, boss kills. I don't want to question them. Boss kills. I think that's how many were killed at some point. That says 3.7 million, I think. I'm squinting. Anyway, they're very, very cool. The packaging is great. The cards are brilliant. You should buy them, or you should enter the giveaway. And I think we're going to do the first giveaway now. Beautiful. Okay, I'll wait till we're back. Sorry, I volunteered to do this quite late. I'm making a hash of it, but I hope you're having fun. I am. We are giving away 3 sets of old school boss top trumps today. And I'm going to explain, I'm also going to learn for the first time, how you can enter the giveaway in detail. So the giveaway is going to take place on Discord. So make sure you join our Discord server. You can type either !giveaway or !Discord in the chat for a link to the Discord server. You should then go to the hashtag giveaway channel in the Discord and then react to the giveaway bot message to enter the giveaway. The duration is 15 minutes, and once the giveaway is closed, we'll announce the first winner of the giveaway. I'm going to stop saying giveaway after this next time. Enter the giveaway. Enter the top trump competition. Go and win. Good luck. I think that's it. Those are the announcements. So this is why I didn't want to do a voiceover for the Christmas event, because I knew I'd be chatting nonsense, waffling for ages. So I get a little break now. All right, Mods Sarnie, it says you're going to go to the PC area, but by the magic of television, he's already there. He's going to start to play through the Christmas event. Oh, no, more giveaway. To reiterate, for those who have missed it, we're giving away 3 sets of top trumps. You just heard that. That's cool. Join the Discord server and go to the giveaway channel and then react to the giveaway bot to win the giveaway. Anyway, focusing on the playthrough. Mods Sarnie, crack on, mate.
Awesome. All right, you did great, Sween. I'm going to say a round of applause for Sween in chat, guys. Come on. You did amazing.
Thank you very much.
Right, so if you don't know, we are north. I'm going to turn those sounds off instantly. I can hear so many snowballs flying. Right, you are to come over to Farmer Fred's farm and the field opposite it, and you can find what's happened here. It's an icy field. Oh my god. So we've got Jack Frost here, so we're going to have some of the J-Mods do some voiceovers. So I think we will start speaking with my headless self. Hello!
Oh, hey there.
What brings you here?
Officially, I was bored, so my dad asked me to bring a tiny bit of cheer to Gielinor.
A tiny bit of cheer?
I understood that to mean he doesn't want me freezing the whole continent.
That sounds sensible.
I don't like Christmas. My dad's always too busy to spend time with me. It's the busiest time of the year for him.
Have you considered helping him out?
Honestly, it didn't work out so well last time. I don't think I'm cut out for this kind of work. I'm more of an artist. But the second reason I don't like Christmas is that there's this one lady that's seemingly obsessed with me. Every year, she sings to all who will listen that all she wants for Christmas is me. Everywhere I go, I hear her. It's awful. I've tried to explain to her that I'm not into her, to no avail. Last year, in desperation, I even froze her with the really special potent ice spell of mine. Nothing dangerous, of course. I thought I was finally free, but recently she somehow thawed out and started singing again. I can't go on like this.
Wait. Are you absolutely sure she's after you specifically and she's not just singing that song because it's festive? Does she follow you at other times of the year?
She doesn't, no. She usually keeps on going until the new year, and then when it's obvious my dad didn't give in, she stops. I suppose she does sing, she doesn't want a lot. Then she goes on to ask for me. My dad always says I'm a lot. Maybe you're right, and she's not after me at all.
Whew, that's one mystery solved. So what happened to this field?
Oh, I froze it.
Yep, fair enough. May I ask why?
I was trying to craft a playground for everyone with ramps and everything. That should be fun and entertaining, right?
For everyone, you say?
Yes! I even saw a cow on it earlier.
A cow? No way. How did it do?
It's hard to explain in words. I suppose I could mime it.
Excellent miming
Should
skills,
have
I will
sound
add.
effects later. Keep pulling over. I think that sums it up.
Oh. Wow.
I don't think that cow will try coming back here again in a hurry. But never mind the cow. Do you fancy giving this a go and seeing what happens?
I suppose we should say yes. So, sure, why not? How does it work?
You just need to step in. Ice is slippery, so you should keep going straight until you find an obstacle or some ground you can stop on. I wonder if I can get you to draw something dot to dot. There, I'll give you a beacon to aim for. Start with this one.
Alright, so looks like this is very similar to ice puzzles that I've done a lot in like Legend of Zelda games.
So there's a trick. You can go diagonally.
Excellent. Should we just... Oh, look at that. Oh, excellent advice, excellent advice. Alright. Does anyone know what we're drawing? That's the real question.
Well, I do, but that's kind of cheating.
Can anyone guess in the chat what we're trying to draw? And Modra has just said a thing. A thing is probably correct.
That is some foresight right
What
there.
is it, Mods Sarnie?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to work it out. I think I want to say a train, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, the
I won't lie, I haven't
famous,
done the event,
famous.
so I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm learning for the first time.
Well, here we go. Here we go. I think that should be it.
Great. Now come back and talk to me.
Oh,
You're
look at
going
a nice
to
little,
achievement.
yeah, nice little achievement. That's cute. All right, let's go back to Jack and see what Wagwan.
Wow, amazing. You did that really neatly. Well done.
Thank you. Now what should we do?
How about trying the ramps? I will guide you.
Nice. All right, let's do this. We're going straight. I would have gone straight for the ramps if this was me IRL, to be fair. I don't know about anyone else.
I can't ice skate, Rob, I'll be honest.
I'm just like
Which I
surprised I'm able to do this with
Nice.
6 pints of beer.
Keep following the beacons. I'm going to try something.
Ooh. Okay, the next beacon is back up the ramp. Let's go. For anyone wondering, we're on World 499. And we'll be doing the Christmas parade straight after.
Haha. You just jumped the shark. Yes, there was a shark there. That was great. Now come back to talk to me.
Excellent stuff.
Wow, that was amazing. I'm starting to think this icing this field was a really good idea.
That's good news. What's next?
I don't know. How about a bunch of mini challenges to keep you on your toes?
Ooh.
But then... Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my.
Ha ha ha! It is you again, Jack Frost.
Auntie Santa, what are you doing here? Did my dad send you again? I did as he asked.
No. I heard... Is that Myrrh?
Yeah,
Mirth.
Is it pixelated? Mirth coming from this place, and I came to wipe it off. Life is pain, and fun has no place here.
What? No, no. Fun has.
No place here indeed.
Wait, what?
This is my latest experimental arena. I designed it to make people feel and accept the pain of life. Trust me on this one. I have an idea to make him go away. Just follow my lead. This adventurer was unwittingly helping me to test it.
I can't believe you are using me like this. Why you?
Ha ha ha! Do you really think your little tricks are going to work on me?
It's not a trick. If you don't believe me, I will show you. Let's start by getting you on in the arena. Right this way, unless you're scared.
Ha ha ha! I do not fear pain, but if you are found to have been lying, I will get back at you. Let us see. How is this pain? How is this the reality of life?
Well, you see, this is only the beginning. Now you're in the arena. May the trial begins! Mods Sarnie, if you please, grab some snow from the piles and help me with the pelting.
On it. I didn't realize how big Anti-Santa was until this event. All right, let's have
Wait
a look.
until later. No, it doesn't get bigger, bro.
Just gonna take. How many snowballs you reckon we need? Like. 15?
Depends how good your aim is.
Oh, okay. Take 12. We'll take 12, and then we'll.
You can get him from like outside the fence.
Oh, excellent! Yeah, let's stay. Let's join this lot of people.
Question: Can the people watching are they listening to music? Because we're not, right? And
Yeah, can I
not
should
gonna
I turn
lie.
on the music moderated?
The reason I'm
They've
going to
got
say,
music.
and you guys are all doing an amazing job. Quite painful.
Yeah, I can
Sitting through these voiceovers is some of the most painful things when it comes to season events. I love it in like a really punishing way, but
I can
They've got
turn on the
music,
music
that's
for
fine.
us if you want.
no,
Sween.
we're good. We're good. I'll endure it, man.
Okay.
Alright, so you
Carry
might
on.
need to click a little bit higher because
Oh, there we go.
you're mostly getting the players and not so much.
There we
There you
go.
go.
All right.
I
Don't-
didn't
don't-
read that, but he said, "Is it? Is that all you've got?" Yes. The cold never bothered me anyway. Ow. I'm still not impressed. Ow. There is water trickling down my spine. Ow. This is becoming irritating. Ow. I still wouldn't call it pain. Ow. How long are you going to keep this up for?
I feel like Husky, you've got a little voice clip of you just saying "ow" ready on the on the repeat.
Ow. It's going in my boots.
Alright.
Ow. I get the idea. You can stop now. Snowballs are a good start. However, they are not crushing enough. Do I need to show you the kind of dread this little arena has to inspire for me to consider leaving you to it?
Not crashing enough, eh? That's because you haven't seen the worst of it yet. For a start, it only takes one bad step to fall unceremoniously on one's bottom. This happened to a cow earlier, and although I could mime it again, I'd really rather not.
A cow? Did your father not teach you to call humans names?
You mean to say, so that's why you were able to mime it?
No, I mean an actual animal.
You are not helping your case.
Oh, legs, it's grass, I think. I had to de-ice a path to get it back out. Come on, can we please stay on topic? Falling on the ice is not all of it. For my next trick, I will make Mods Sarnie here slightly denser.
Excuse me.
Your disrespect for humans shows no bounds.
No, I promise this is a big misunderstanding. Will you just let me finish? I'm just allowing you to ram into him by making you heavier. Then I want you to slide into him with all you've got.
This is not what I had in mind for this time of year.
Don't most humans get heavier at Christmas?
Keep at it and I'll start to believe him instead of you.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Anti-Santa, behold, time for Mods Sarnie to come crashing and crashing.
Alright, where are we going?
Can you guess?
I'm guessing we're going to go over the ramp into him.
Can go any direction.
Oh, I'm definitely going over the ramp. Ooh.
Yeah,
Here we
you're
go.
pelting the poor players.
There we go. We got it. We got it. Oh, excellent. There we go.
Ha ha ha! I think I cracked a rib. I am impressed. This will do really nicely. Ha ha ha! I will now go and wipe mirth off someone else's holidays.
I hope I don't see you again. Let's make you less dense again.
Thank you. It really felt like I was made out of stone out there.
I should have gone in front of you brushing the ice to make you go faster. Anyway, you're back to being a stick?
Sticks and stones. Are you implying I would have cracked his ribs either way?
Ice is pretty deadly, which is convenient because I don't think we would have talked him into leaving. Now he's finally gone. I would like you to do me one small last favor.
Oh no.
It's not too bad, I promise. There's a wild goose over there. Would you kindly pet it for me?
A wild goose with a hat? Wait, are you literally sending me on a wild goose chase?
You got me. But seriously, it's very soft and well worth a pet. Come back to me once you're done.
All right, let's go over to the goose, which I assume is over here. Oh no, there we go. I see it honking. Looking closer at the goose's hat, it's got the name Wolfie written on it.
You've got a 1 in 100.
Oh, there you go.
Seeing that chat.
I wonder where you came from. Is anyone going to do the honk?
You're welcome.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's go back to Jack.
Looks like you've still got both your hands. That's lucky.
Hey, you are joking. Are you saying that goose could have had my hand off?
You got me again. That goose has a fearsome name, which it only reveals to a select few. But it's all honk and no bite. Anyhow, I don't think I can impose on your time anymore. I've had loads of fun thanks to you, and I will have lots of stories to tell. When I have dinner with Dad after Christmas. How I made you draw a heart, jump the shark, crush and defeat Anti-Santa. How I topped it up by sending you on a wild goose chase for which you came back with both hands.
The most impressive thing here is that although they all sound like tall tales, they are all technically true. Feel free to send your dad to me if he doesn't believe you.
I can't thank you for your help without a little something. Here are a couple of cool things I think would look good for you. Would fit you well, sorry.
Awesome, and there we are. Event complete. You get a nice snow globe helmet and an icy jumper. So there we are.
Not yet.
Oh,
great job, everyone. I feel bad that I called that painful. That wasn't painful. I'm talking nonsense. Don't worry. That was great. Thank you.
We haven't even done the achievements yet. There's so much more to this event than you think.
Yeah, I think we can leave the players to give them a nice surprise when they finish the event.
Yeah, let's let them discover some stuff, eh? Let's not have all the fun.
Don't think
Let's
this
not
is the
spoil all
end,
the fun. What's next? 1 second, let me consult the document. We're going to announce the first winner of the giveaway. That's what we're doing. The first winner's Discord username is LilBush21. Congratulations, LilBush21. You won the first giveaway of the top trumps. A moderator will be in touch with you soon. Make sure to accept the friend request coming in from the mod. Ideally, we say what mod, because otherwise we're opening up to a whole can of fishing. But never mind. Accept it and we'll see what happens. And they'll DM you to get your details and we'll give you some top trumps or something. Next up, actually, you know what? I saw apparently there was some confusion around the Spotify Old School RuneScape Wrapped thing. Mod Druid, would you mind bringing up the graphic again? I'll talk through about how players can get their hands on their own Old School RuneScape wrapped thing. What we're calling it, my year in Old School. There we go. This is me. This is my substandard performance this year in Old School RuneScape. I've not played much. I've died quite a lot. I've not killed much, but that's me nonetheless. If you want to receive an email with your own Old School RuneScape wrap stuff, which is my year in Old School RuneScape, then what you need to do is head to your account settings, and I think we explained it a little bit further. Let me scroll up. 1 second. What did we say? Go to account settings, then go to communication preferences, and make sure you have the send me email offers, news and updates box ticked. There you go. It's now been updated in the exclamation mark my year command as well. Thank you very much, everyone behind the scenes. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I don't want to get offers. We don't send you much crap. Don't worry. And if you're feeling really, really precious about it, why don't you just opt in for a week, get an email, and opt out? It's up to you. Get the stats, share the stats, have fun with it. Now I'm going to go back to Mods Sarnie's in-game POV. And we're going to... 1 second, I'm reading. Yeah, next up is the Christmas parade. Come and take part in a parade together with us. We encourage you to put on your most festive fashion scape. We're on World 499. That's the UK world. Sorry, everybody else. Let's go. And whilst we are parading and having a little stroll about the game, we're going to talk through the year. It's been a great year. And I think before we go through everything, we're really genuinely grateful for everyone's support for the entire year. Old School has grown, it's rocked it, and it's only with the players. League saw us hit that 200k concurrent. I don't think I ever thought we'd hit that, and we blitzed it compared to like the previous record too. We're genuinely so grateful to everyone who's played and paid and is going to carry on doing that over the Christmas period. So follow Big Anti-Santa all around Lumbridge. We're currently walking around Farmer Fred at the moment. Or maybe we've gone past that. I've got the stream up instead of the live play. And we're going to talk through some of the content over this year, what the massive launches, and a bit of detail, share some experiences from the team about working on the project and that kind of thing too. But before we do that, let's do another giveaway. For those of you who joined, let me summarize quickly. We're running a giveaway where you can win a set of Old School RuneScape Boss Top Trumps. To enter, join the Old School RuneScape Discord server, where you can type exclamation mark. No, you don't. You don't do that in the server. You do it in the chat, in the Twitch chat. Don't get ahead of myself. To enter, join the Discord server, and to join the server, you can type exclamation mark giveaway or exclamation mark Discord in the Twitch chat for a link to the Discord server. And then once you're in, all you need to do is go to the giveaway channel and then react to the giveaway bot's message to enter the giveaway. It will be live for 15 minutes. Once the giveaway is closed, we'll announce the next winner. Thank you very much, Mod Druid, for bringing up that graphic. I guess let's carry on strolling around, parading, and in the meantime, let's talk about some of the updates to the last year. Not much structure to this point, so I'm either going to wait for someone to break the uncomfortable silence, or I'm going to name names. Let's see what happens first. It's February. We had the Old School 10th birthday event. I don't remember it very well. Not very well at all. So, somebody else. Your turn to speak. Moving on to April.
For the 10th birthday, we did that like community event thing. Do you remember where like we opened up the other part of the museum? Like and
yes.
Updated all the models.
We did. We showed all the retro stuff, didn't we? All the retro models.
Yeah. So that,
and
I remember there was a developer working on the birthday event, and it had like you had to like invite Elvarg to the party and stuff, and there was a big great Gielinor cake off, and I remember like we're just letting that developer get on with it, but we wanted to like I think I went and updated all the models and spoke to artists, and that was like a lot of fun to work on the side, and we had that like community thing where we had them go to various pieces of content released over the last 5 years. So we had people go to like Hallowed Sepulchre, Raids, Arachnus, Temperos, getting Baronite, all sorts of stuff. That was like a lot of fun. I think players complained they completed it too quickly, which maybe I was just worried after the Halloween event where players didn't reach the final milestone and was a bit conservative. But that was fun for like a whole like 2-3 days, however long it took for them to get it all.
It's a tough balance to hit. with the community stretch goals and that type of thing too. And interestingly, I still see a lot of suggestions for some way to bring back the retro models. I think we included some reference to in one of the game jam pictures too, but I don't think many people were aware that we did that little retro part of the museum last time around. So maybe we can open it up again for the next birthday event in February. I'm not sure.
It's still there if people want to go in. It's up all year, and people can just go in anytime they want to look at some of them. Like if you go to the Falador Museum and go downstairs, there's like 2 floors of like cool like RuneScape nostalgia and a recollection of what the big beats for each year were. So, and I do still see people on Reddit a lot being like, "Oh, I discovered this. I didn't know this was here." So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
I think
maybe we can parade our way there.
Ooh,
that's
shout,
a cool idea.
Shout.
Isn't it just? I've got some of them sometimes.
I generally think one of the most impressive things out of all of that is the fact we're now 10 years old, coming up to 11 years old. Like Old School as a game, has its own vast history now, which is amazingly cool.
And not just game history too. Lots of community history, drama, and all sorts. There's some myth. I'm waiting for the Old School RuneScape iceberg. Surely that's in the work by somebody.
So we've experienced Old School's childhood. What are the teenage years going to be like?
Ooh. Are we in our rebellious phase? Is that what you're trying to imply, Husky?
Maybe.
I realised I think I've jumped ahead in the prompts because we didn't cover the Wilderness boss rework, which was I didn't experience it for the first time until way later in the year, but it got me PKing again. I had so much fun with that. So I'm gonna hand over to Mod Manked. Do you want to talk a bit about the Wilderness boss rework? The kind of work behind the scenes, getting us to a point of being able to deliver that. It was we've been talking about it for a long time before we released it.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, it came out just as I joined Jagex, so I didn't actually get to participate in the development for it too much, but definitely got to go and PK everyone once it came out, which was great. Mechanics, absolutely amazing for a multi-boss. I think they're genuinely perfect. And I think we're still waiting on some loot buffs that will reward players for taking that risk. So I'm really excited for that to come out. Gone on several PK trips with mods and friends there. It's been a great time, and excited for the future of those bosses.
Which one am I, Manx? Am I a mod or a friend?
I was going to say both, but then I feel like that's still bad. So you can just be a friend.
Thank you, mate. You're my buddy too. Let's go again sometime to the Wardy bosses. I agree with the mechanics and stuff. For what surprised me was how well received, and as an update it was, by all the people who went and got killed. They had some fun with it too. Some of them. And that's as much as we can hope for. We were presenting some fodder, and they took it. They were like, yeah, cool, it's worth it. So I think you nailed it. And I think we've learned from that too. So I think we do have some like a nice bit of dev time set aside for next year to bring some more kind of multi-combat updates as well. So stay tuned. Some news on that. Not this live stream. Don't stay tuned. Enjoy your Christmas and then stay tuned next year when we're ready to talk about it. I don't want to mislead. God, I hate coming in late to these streams as a host because I'm so all over the place.
You're doing well, Sween. You're doing well. You got this.
Thank you. I'm just fishing now. I know I am. Speaking of fishing, I think we're going to move on to some water-related stuff. In April, sailing was voted as the new skill of the 3 skills. Do you like that segue? Nailed that one.
I did. Very nice.
So this was an interesting, I say interesting, barbaric, so tribal. And we expected that because that's what Old School RuneScape is. If you're fancy boots, you're fighting boots. Whether you're walk or you're running, we find any reason to hate each other and create divides amongst ourselves. And we made it easier for them because we said, hey, here's 3 skills, go nuts. And they did that thing. I think maybe let's get into the poll itself when we talk a bit more about the sailing lock-in poll. I don't want to kind of go over it and revisit it. But before I do, Husky, do you want to talk about the kind of steps to go through 3 skills and the kind of, were there more skills before that? The work needed behind the scenes to be able to go to players with those 3 skills?
God, it was so much in just like back and forth discussions and debates, even just like apart from thinking about what the actual skills are, but like how much information do you give people? Like you can't. The whole point was we wanted the community to have a say in picking what they wanted, but you can't go into the full details of every in and out with skills when we're literally just at the idea stage. So we had to hold ourselves back a lot and go, cool, like what are shamanism, sailing, and taming, right? And then like even like before that, any other skill pitch we had, like how can you describe a skill pitch in like a paragraph, right? And just tell players like very like rough around the edges, what are we thinking, for us to go further into refinement, which was obviously the next step. And I think I used this metaphor before in a live stream. It was kind of like just like asking people, do you want to go for pizza? Do you want to go for chicken? Do you want to go for steak? Kind of vibes, right? Of like, and we had so many skill ideas that either like maybe we couldn't explain very well, or ones that we didn't think would end up being good for the game, and all sorts of stuff that was just like, because we had to trim it down as well. We were throwing ideas out left, right, and center. A lot of stuff like, do we use like skills that were released in RuneScape, like people really liked archaeology, or do we go for new stuff, or do we like bring up like sailing that was pulled before? So yeah, there was so much that went into that. That was like, it's crazy even behind the scenes. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it all panned out. And community being community, they'll fight for things that they believe in, and they should. Ultimately, like, there had to be a winner, right? So yeah, it's a time I look back fondly on. And at the time I was in my honeymoon in Japan, when all this like stuff was going out and the polls were live, and I was still on Reddit reading stuff and opinions and what people were saying. I couldn't stay away from that conversation. So
It's unbelievably close as well. Like, it blew my mind, like how close it unbelievably was. Like, I was looking at the numbers and they were just like, like how do you do?
It's a very interesting time. We can talk more to the lock-in poll a little bit later too. I think there's a lot of stuff we can cover there. But the next update I've got on my list to discuss a little bit while we're parading around, and we're in World 499 if you want to come and join us, is Bounty Hunter. So, Mod Manked, you're the PvP mod. Like, over to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's still here, which is always good. I had a lot of fun.
It's lasted
PKing
longer.
on...
That's good. That is a good thing. That's a great place to start. It's still in the game. Come on, Bounty Hunter, let's go.
Yep, design very good for it. PK'd on loads of different builds, which is great. Had so much fun with it. And yeah, some actual rewards from it, which help out in the mini game, which is awesome. Just an overall good update. I'm sure in the future we can see more rewards to spice it up a little bit, or maybe something different. I won't say too much. But yeah, no, it's been a great update.
I think that is one of the main things. I see a lot of talk. I don't know why I keep always going to the negatives of everything. Maybe it's just me as a person. Anyway, rewards is still some chat I see about, like wanting more rewards to kind of keep the reason for continuing to play the mini game beyond just enjoying it. But I think also a lot of chat too about kind of like established metas. And I think the rebalance blog we put out, the outline next steps, might help to shake some of the things up too as well. Add a bit of spice to it all. So next year, maybe we can, maybe it doesn't just stay in the game, maybe it gets even better. Maybe. All right, next up, June saw the release of Forestry Part 1. Part 1 of millions. Forestry Part 1. Do you want to talk about Forestry, Mods Sarnie? Because here's the thing. We announced it at the Winter Summit, and players loved it at the Winter Summit. It's true, the survey said that. Do you want to kind of talk about how maybe... No, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Do you want to talk about Forestry?
I do. I was just going to jump in and then, yeah, so Forestry, I think, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Definitely a lot of learnings to take away from Forestry, and I think players can see that in stuff like Varlamore and content that we will be talking about soon coming up. But I do genuinely think, and I was filling out a little retrospective on Forestry the other day, that it might be the catalyst for this year's sort of look at social skilling, which, as Forestry goes, I think that's one of the biggest benefits that's happened. with the release of Forestry. That like nostalgic take. I don't know what's going on with my character here. We're just gonna whiz through here, guys. It's fine. That nostalgic take back of running around and seeing loads of people chopping trees down together, like in the iconic spots, like Draenor Willows and the maples behind Sears Village Bank. It was just amazing to see, and I think even the early events were like really well received. So yeah, if for those who are unfamiliar, we will be making some changes to Forestry. If you haven't seen that blog, go and check it out. If not, and they will be coming early next year.
I'll be honest, my first experience with Forestry was in leagues. I didn't even mean to. Stuff started happening around me, and I was like, what's going on? But then people started telling me to go and run here and run there, and I won't lie, I had fun with it for a little while. That's kind of cool. But I like what you said about taking the learnings from it, especially when it comes to social skilling. Right off from my honest opinion, I think we lost sight of what we first pitched, which is just a social way of doing woodcutting. And then it evolved and escalated into everything it became. And with the most recent blog you mentioned, I think people should check it out. We're kind of like scaling some of them back, pretty much, some of the changes and stuff. So it's disappointing. Just obviously, disappointing how we managed to almost take something that players are really excited for and then turn it into something that they absolutely were not excited for. But hopefully with all the learnings and the patience, and it's not like it was the only content we released all year. Other stuff went out too. I think we're going to end up with it in a nice position, and we'll be in a good spot as well when it comes to future skilling updates as well. So that's what I have to say about that.
Something big it also highlighted as well was we tried to do beta for Forestry throughout development, and we've never really had beta worlds for Old School RuneScape before. It's always been this kind of weird, we've locked away this kind of part of the game somewhere else, but it's still technically the same servers and the same code. It's just behaving differently on different worlds. And I think that we obviously didn't get to do those betas because we were at the same time trying to figure out how to do betas, and there were a lot of tech problems and things we had to resolve and stuff. And it was like, well, we still kind of want to release this, right? We play tested and we kind of like it and all this stuff, but it kind of highlights how important getting that player feedback is and how important it is. And I believe we can now do betas, which has been really good. And so sort of figuring out ways to integrate that better into our process to capture that player feedback, not just at the start from player sort of when they're telling us the things they like, but throughout to ensure that it stays consistent with player expectations, and or maybe something was not explained correctly at the start, and then or player opinions change, because we know that about our community. So yeah, I think that's been a really big positive, I suppose, coming out of it, is that highlighting that and us taking active steps to getting closer to that.
Yeah, big agree. It's a shame the unforeseen technical issues happened, because we were, I think, as a team, so excited to have those betas in the hands of players, and it's one of the things that the team just was so eager to see what you thought of some of the mechanics that players were unsure of. But unfortunately, sometimes shit happens, and we tried our best to give you guys as much information as possible. But yeah, definitely a lot of learnings, and we have beta worlds now. We saw that with mobile, so that is cracking.
And we've got a ton lined up with betas lined up next year. First of all, we can swear now. This is my first stream in months, and I spent a good hour and a half beforehand, knock it out of myself, because I knew I would swear at some point. But okay, that's fine, whatever.
I think you're allowed a couple. It's not. I think it's not advised, but sometimes.
Cool. Good to know. I also got distracted for a second by the World 499 button moving around like an old DVD player. It was just bouncing around end to end, corner to corner. And the second giveaway is over. It's done. It's wrapped up at C-Dot. Congratulations, you won. A moderator will be in touch with you soon. Make sure to accept the friend request coming in from the mod, and they'll DM you to get your details. Which means I think it's time for the third giveaway. And if you've just joined us and you missed the previous two giveaways, let me summarize again. And if you've been with us for the two previous giveaways, you're going to hear it again anyway. Deal with it. We're running a giveaway where you can win a set of Old School RuneScape Boss Top Trumps. This is going to be the last set we're giving away. This is the third of the 3 sets. To enter, all you need to do is join the Old School Discord server, which you can find your way to by typing !giveaway or !Discord in the Twitch chat for a link to the server. Once you're in the Discord server, go to the giveaway channel and react to the giveaway bot message to enter the giveaway. The competition can be up for 15 minutes. Once the giveaway is closed, that's when we'll announce the third winner. Go, go, go. Get your top trumps. If you don't win them, go and buy them. Because it's Christmas and we're all consumers and we buy stuff and spend the money. Keeps the world going round. Anyway, that was forestry. That was June. Now we're moving to July. This is the content that got me back into Old School, which then yielded the 300 deaths that you saw in my year in review stats and a couple of K boss kills. Legend Treasure 2. That was so cool. Who wants to go first?
I mean, what a sequel, huh? Like, fantastically well done. And I think, I mean, I don't want to speak for the players, but after being there live in the office and watching, you know, multiple streamers and content creators take part and just seeing the reaction online, I feel like it went down pretty well, I'd say. You know, an amazing sequel to like such an iconic quest, and I think the team did such a like amazing job bringing it to life. Yeah.
It was also the first time I think Old School have ever released like multiple bosses on that same scale since like the re-release of like God Wars, right? You know, and there's something to like have an element of choice of, you know, which gear do I want for which boss. Players are figuring out metas and then going, cool, well, I have some pretty strong mage gear, maybe I do the Whisper, strong melee gear, maybe I do Vardorvis, maybe I'm selling my gear, so there was a lot of fun with that. Obviously watching price uniques and stuff, and then just the idea of like fighting 4 different bosses and building like this really cool axe with like components and stuff is like I think that's a cool like thematic, and I think the team knocked it out of the park with all the boss design. Art were incredible. Really ambitious update that I think that team really just knocked it out of the park.
I think it had to be ambitious. You can't call it Dead Treasure 2 without making it awesome. And I guess also cover as well, like, it took a while to get everything polled. And then we polled stuff and then we kind of undid it. Like the Ruinous Powers, which are very fun to play with in leagues. I chose them. I'm enjoying them a lot. But we felt they weren't right for the main game. And that led to people thinking, you know what, it Dead Treasure 2 bringing enough with it. I feel like 4 bosses and then all the associated rewards and the kind of content that comes with it is there. I know it's taking us a little bit longer than usual for things like the combat achievements, but then that's more content to come into the game around them too. What I loved about it is that the kind of the post-quest stuff. So I won't lie, I waited a little bit. I waited for the YouTube guides. Did the quest, enjoyed the quest still, read some dialogue, skipped some. And then I just sat with Vardorvis until I greenlogged it. Then I went to Leviathan until I got a little bit bored. But by that time I was hooked, and then I've been picked up by a little community we've made, and I got into raiding. So what I love about Dead Treasure 2 is they got me into other aspects of the game and kind of stuck me around, and it properly messed up my sleep schedule, man. I was like good with it, and then I was playing Old School until stupid o'clock for the last 6 months. Thanks to Dead Treasure 2. Good update.
I feel like that's like the measuring stick for is content good in any game, right? It's like, are you losing sleep and staying up to stupid hours playing it? And of course, you should remember to take a break, and you should log off and stretch your legs and play healthy amounts and eat. But you know, we know what gamers are like. We know what we're like ourselves, right? It's so it's like a good measuring stick for is it just consuming your life for that period of time when it's released.
Cool. All right, let's move on because we're running out of time-ish, and we're only at August. So August we had, well, the Summer Summit is probably the big thing to call out of all the associated content announced there too. Let's start with Gielinor, which I regret not making a big enough deal about when it comes to the announcement, because I kind of treated it, the Summit is kind of like my baby, and I kind of treated Gielinor as like one announcement, when the amount of content it's bringing with it is going to be amazing. We should be ready to start talking release dates soon-ish. This ain't going to be that stream, I'm sorry. But even things like the roadmap we publish afterwards, I regret not making a big enough deal like Gielinor and then Colosseum and then associated skilling content and quests and stuff like that too. I think could have done a lot more about really bigging it up. But what I love to see was how excited the players were for it. It's been a while since, you know, the kind of wave-based endgame content. The players who like that had their chance to have a new challenge, and I really am. I'm so keen to see what the rest of the player base feel, how they react to the content, and engage with it. Even if they're not going to be completing all of it, how they manage to get through some of the other waves, and do they feel like they're being challenged and rewarded? There's so much to come with it. And Mods Sarnie, I referred to you in the meeting you went in earlier as the Varlamore man, so I'm going to hand over to you for a sec.
I mean, I will say it's not just a one man CEM effort. I have got the GOAT Mod Goblin alongside me, so you know it's going to be massive. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, we've got something. I would argue it's got a little bit for everyone. You know, whether you want some hardcore PVM experience with the Fortress Colosseum, or you want to start getting into PVM with something like Perilous Moons. There's some questing. There's some new skilling activities like the Hunter Guild making, giving you Hunter Rumors, which is a cool new system. And then you've got the smaller activities like Agility, Prayer, Thieving, and Mining. Not to mention, we've got this whole beautiful new world that the art team's doing an amazing job. I see things in our team chats every day, like little work in progress pieces, and they look so good. I'm just excited. I'm so pumped for it. And you know, this is when this releases, it will be the first part of X amount. So that won't be the end of Varlamore as we see it. So very excited. Very excited.
Cool. Any more for Varlamore? We'll move on to the next thing.
I could talk about any
and
piece of
Mod-
content or anything for days, but I'm gonna give it its piece for now, for time reasons.
And as well, Mod Maylea, I'm aware that we're coming to the time when you need to kind of shoot off. So thank you very much for joining us. And if you'd like to say farewell, here's your chance. And if not, just
It was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. Maybe it's not the last time you'll see me. Hard to tell. But I hope that everybody's got a lovely Christmas and enjoy the Christmas event. And yeah, muck about on the ice because that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to mess around until you get all the achievements. Have fun, guys.
Thank you very much, Mod Maylea. Twitch chat, show some love. Mod Maylea been with the studio for, I think she said 17 years, with the Old School team for quite a few years now as well. Mostly behind the scenes, but graced us with her presence. That's what I like to see. Nice chat. Good chat. Well done. Okay. We're a couple of minutes behind schedule. Not too bad. So we'll carry on. So with the summit also came a big poll, and that poll was sailing too. So let's maybe talk to the sailing poll. Husky, would you like to crack on? Begin?
Sure. So like this was like the big moment for, I guess, like Elena and I and Light and everyone who worked on the sailing team. Like, obviously we've been talking about this for a long time, after deciding that, you know, sailing would be the skill, or it was decided, I suppose. Then, you know, it was just kind of like, again, similar to what I said before, you don't want to design too much. We kind of want to talk about what sailing is, what it isn't, but leave it open, get a lot of community feedback. The Discord was great, but it's still hanging in your mind that, like, how representative is the sailing Discord of the community? What do players think? You know, we're going into this poll, and there's going to be people who potentially vote no because they still just don't want a new skill in Old School, period. There's going to be people potentially voting no because they would rather still see, like, another skill being voted on. So it was just a large amount of stress, and obviously we put a lot of work into trying to address a lot of the player, like, concerns, things like, does it feel like a mini game, and, you know, does it feel like it should be an expansion instead, and all this stuff. I don't really want to get into all that right now, because at the end of the day, the skill has passed, and really for now it is just a show don't tell sort of thing, right? I mean, we'll either be proven wrong or we'll prove ourselves right, you know. So it's time for us to cook. It's time for, you know, us to really figure out and create potentially the best content Old School's ever seen, which is how I kind of see it from here. You know, anyone who doubts that, you know, we can do it well, there's no point saying words to try and convince them, right?
This is it. We need to do.
Yeah, it has to be awesome. It needs to be like epic. It needs to be worth Old School's. It needs to be worthwhile as Old School's first skill, and that's something that's like echoed all up and down the team and everything. There's so much to share coming up in the future. I don't want to spoil too much with like what we've been cooking since then, but the lock-in poll was just like, I say, so much stress. It was, we shared the polling, sort of results, I suppose, like of how the trends followed throughout that. And throughout the entire thing, it was like, okay, well, it's like 75, 76%. Oh, now it's down to 74. Now it's down to 73, which you can imagine, like, we were constantly doing math and trying to figure out, like, what percentage of votes need to be for it to pass or fail at any moment in time. It was a lot of, like, it was a very stressful but exciting time for the team, I suppose, because when you've worked on something for so long, I suppose you kind of really hope it does pass. But you also, like, it's representative of how the community feels, and we know that the first skill needs to be representative of a large amount of the community and have approval. Otherwise, there's no point in us embarking on something that big. So, yeah, I guess the training wheels are off. It's time to, like I say, we've just been cooking. We're going to continue cooking. We've been upscaling the team and all this stuff, and you'll be hearing about that soon, I suppose, without me going into details.
Lots of sailing stuff coming next year, for sure. We can guarantee that.
Yes.
Before we move on, I think next up we'll talk Dead Man Apocalypse. But for sailing, I kind of wanted to touch on, like, similarly, a lot of tribalism between kind of yes and no voters. We saw no voters lambasting yes voters and yes voters doing the same thing to no voters and stuff. And obviously, yes won. Sailing is going to be added. And I think a lot of discourse around sailing is quieting down because, it's been a while since the poll now and a while since we've shared news because we've, like you said, been busy cooking. But I think one thing I'd like people to keep in mind, yes voters especially, when we're ready to start talking about sailing again next year, is that there's a lot of reasons why people would have voted no, and they're all valid. Ultimately, sailing did pass. Sailing is going to be added. It's going to go through a lot of consultation, a lot of refinement, a lot of beta tests and stuff. You'll get to grips with it. But, like, people might have voted no because they like sailing, but they weren't convinced of it at the time. Or they might have disliked sailing, or they might have wanted another skill. Or maybe they didn't like how we polled sailing against the other two skills originally. Or maybe they don't think Old School needs a skill. Or maybe they're wary of us making a skill because we haven't made one before. As a team, we haven't made one before. Or maybe they didn't like how we polled it alongside the summit. All this stuff is really valid. I guess the reason I'm saying this is more when it comes to us talking about sailing again next year, we really need the community to kind of get on board together to give us feedback and to help your team shape it. And retreading kind of yes or no ground won't help. We're not going to unpoll it. It's going to proceed. Yes voters, like, don't be smarmy. Tons of reasons why someone would have voted no. No voters, I know you felt very passionately, but we especially want you who voted no to come on board and make it a skill you'd want to play with. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, it's something that I really would strongly again echo, and just telling us why is so important. I suppose that was one of the hardest things during refinement, is you get people say, well, sailing's a meme, and I'm like, great, well, that doesn't help me in any way fix my design for how to make this something that you're going to enjoy. Or is it just like, you're never going to be for it, which is fine, but, like, still, if you voted no for whatever reason, we really are looking for that information to help make it the best it can be and to make it something enjoyable for every player. A new skill, like, say, passed with, 72%-ish, around that mark? It doesn't just need to make 72% of our players happy. Like, a new skill is such a big thing to the identity of the game that even if you're against the skill or you voted no, like, I don't care if I don't care if you voted no, like, personally. Like, I'm super into, like, that doesn't mean like, oh, you're the enemy. I want to get engaged with these people more than even the yes voters to turn it into the best thing it can be for them. But that starts with, like, that's a very, like, big two-way conversation, and a lot of it comes down to the why, right? Like, why does it potentially feel like a mini game? Why is it potentially like a meme, or, like, these kind of things, right? And helping us actually get to tangible pieces of feedback that we can then action, you know?
For sure. All right, cool. That's enough pleading with the community there. Let's move on to the next bit of content we released last year. September saw, I think it saw it conclude, Dead Man Apocalypse. I loved it. I think some of the stuff we did was really experimental. I see people calling for some of those changes to be added to the main game. Mod Manked, over to you.
Yeah, Dead Man Apocalypse. It was, as you said, experimental. We took some community ideas, implemented them, seemed to have gone really well. Absolutely loved going into Twitch streams and just seeing the entire Twitch chat saying, what time's the next breach? It was very enjoyable. But yeah, no, introduced trinkets. We had the sigil system from Dead Man Reborn, so we had great infrastructure for it. And yeah, I'm so excited for the future. We've got a great foundation to build on. So yeah, it's going to be amazing in the future. I'm super excited.
I hope you'll be able to talk about Dead Man with players soonish. It's an interesting one, especially the finale, right? Because I found that a lot of the people playing Dead Man had a great time, but some of the people who usually just watch, viewers, audiences, maybe they weren't so enamored with the kind of way we wrapped it up. And I get it, because we purposely set out for a much smaller scale end to Dead Man to avoid some of the issues that have plagued us for I don't know how many Dead Man events. It was a meme. Dead Man finales used to be a meme amongst the community, but also amongst us. I would book out my Mondays and Tuesdays after a weekend event just so I could write whatever apology comms that we'd have to put out because something went wrong. Sometimes I didn't have to do that, but most of the time something happened, and that is a problem with any kind of massively live event online. There's a reason why most big esports happen in person. Dead Man isn't an esport, but I'm using it as a comparison. So that's the reasoning why we set out to change the finale. It did mean that the people not playing and just wanted to watch were perhaps kind of less enthused with it. And I think should Dead Man come back again, we would try and kind of work our way back to a bigger spectacle. So not just the people partaking and have a lot of fun, but also so the people at home can whip out the bingo boards again and have more fun too. Okay, conscious that we've chatted a little bit too much for this, so I'm going to skip over the next bit of forestry. I think we've covered forestry part 2 anyway, with our little retrospective on the initial release. So let's jump forwards from September straight to November, which saw Leagues 4 Trailblazer Reloaded. And again, I wasn't going to play Leagues, I wasn't. Eventually I gave in at lunch 2 days after release, and I don't know why I waited. I hate myself for it. Felt so far behind. On lunch break, I was like, all right, I'm going to jump on. Within 10 minutes of completing tasks, following a guide that Goblin and Hootie wrote for me, I was like, okay, cool, I'm hooked, I'm playing Leagues. And I've been playing ever since. Still very far behind compared to everybody else. Oh my god, following tasks and getting you've done this, unlocks. It is the perfect dopamine tool that our messed up generation needs. And it came at a perfect time for it. That said, I played a little bit of main game yesterday. Did some chambers with Goblin for the first time since the Cox changes went live. I'm very happy with. Anyway, that's me chatting Leagues nonsense. Over to someone else.
Go on, Husky. I know you're probably dying to say something.
So I remember, so I want to make it clear first of all, because I know that I tend to be kind of the face of Leagues for the players. I didn't develop this league. This isn't me. So if you're loving this league and I've received a lot of love for, oh my god, Trailblazer's amazing, thank you Husky so much. I was a consultant at best, right? We had Arcane and Halo and people I'm probably forgetting names of, Tide, all working on it and creating this thing. And yeah, I worked on the original Trailblazer, but it was all just hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? What were learnings and stuff? That was what I contributed. But I remember we had an internal playtest, right, where we were hey, here's early game Leagues. And it'd kind of been on my radar the whole time, just yeah, we're doing Leagues, Trailblazer, it's going to be good. And I jumped into that playtest, and then my next 5 or 6 evenings in my free time were just booting up a playtest world and redoing my route and making a notepad file. Okay, I need to do this, and I need 2 buckets, and I talk to this person, and just like things like that, and the order. And it was like very like Osiris, like Iron Man style guide of here is your inventory at this time, stay here till this XP. I was hooked. I played over my starting route like 6 times. It was at this point where I was like sending Arcane a message, and I was like, yo, you've cooked. Like, this is insane. But also, here's a bunch of feedback I have. And I think one thing I will try and take credit for, and the community might hate me for this, is I maybe suggested to pit Fire Sale and Banker's Note against each other. I'm sorry, or you're welcome. It was such a clear like thing after playing it that like you might just pick Fire Sale because it was so good in its tier and nothing could compete. And Banker's Note originally was the same, and they just felt like they achieved like this kind of thing in a way. So I don't know. I've had a blast. I literally cannot stop playing the league. Already at Dragon and beyond Dragon, I'm having such a good time. And I think that the team have just knocked it out of the park, though. Like, I really struggled, like, during development to get, like, really balanced relics, you know? And while there's still metas and there's still favorites, I think this is the first league we've had out of the ones that have had that, like, choice of 3 relics where it feels like you can't really pick wrong. And I know, as I'm saying that, there's a bunch of Fire Sailors piping up about how Banker's Note is terrible, and Banker's Noters being like, oh, it's a noob trap, and late game is all about Banker's Note and all this. Like, yeah, you're right, there's opinions, but because that is literally like a 52-48 pick, so you can't argue it's the wrong choice. So, I don't know. I've been in love with it. I think that they've knocked it out of the park, and I think the 200k concurrent player peak that you mentioned just kind of shows how much people are loving it. Leagues are an awesome special time in Old School, and just awesome to be a part of.
I won't get into the relic debate at all because I have not made a single decision for myself. Goblin and Hootie have told me what to do with a guide every single step of the way, and that's fine. I'm enjoying myself even so, but I have chosen Banker's Note.
Good choice, Sween. It's been really nice for me personally, actually, because a lot of my like closest friends that don't play Old School that much, for leagues, we all waited for everyone to be online at the same time around like 7 p.m. that night. And fortunately, I had that week off because of my birthday. So we ended up just like gaming together, and we're still gaming even, nearly a month after it launched. So it's been really, really nice for both, I think, experienced players and newbies.
Manked, how's the wilderness been, mate, in leagues?
It's been good. I've been playing 3 accounts on leagues because I'm weird. And like Callisto, for example, has been so much fun because I've got 2 mages that just auto-attack it, and then I've got my range build with my Zarak crossbow that I got on 20 KC. Sorry to, I think, Mika. He spent like 200 kills trying to get that. But yeah, no, I've had so much fun. Leagues is always great. It's a lot more relaxing than Deadman because you don't have to worry about someone coming to kill you. So it's very enjoyable, yeah.
Sweet. Okay, that takes us to... So that was November. We've gone through the year, and now we're in December, which is right now, and the Christmas event launched today. Go play it. I'll cover some announcement stuff about how you can go and start the event a little bit later on. But let's end this section of the stream by announcing the winner of the 3rd giveaway. I'm going to ask somebody to type it in the chat because I'm not sure I can pronounce it properly. It is Discord username Jula Chesu. A moderator will be in touch with you soon. Make sure to accept the friend request coming from the mod, and they can DM you to get your details. And Mods Sarnie's typing something to me. I'm reading letter by letter. I don't know. Do you want to say what you want to say? You're muted.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering how much we could say in terms of like what's happening at the start of next year. So I know.
Oh, go on then.
Oh God, do you want to start with your baby, so to speak?
So in January there will be the Winter Summit to offer you a look at the. I'm not going to give you the date just yet. That's final some things, but at some point in January, the Winter Summit will be happening. It'll be taking place live at Jagex Studio. We'll be talking through the next around half year, maybe a bit longer, of content updates, as well as giving you a bit more precise look at Varlamore Part 1, maybe even a release date. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. All All right, that's me done. You say what you want to say.
Cool. I was just going to say, unless something drastic changes over the next couple of weeks, there's a few updates you can look forward to in January, including the Varlamore pre-quest, which you'll need for when Varlamore comes out later next year. And I think Mod Manked will be happy because this is something he's worked on himself. The rat boy himself, Scurious. You'll get to take him on in January, so you can look forward to that.
Sadly, leagues will be leaving us in January as well, so it's not all good news. We do have to say goodbye, but that's what makes it so precious, you know. Don't be sad that it's gone. Be happy that it happened. It was in our lives fleetingly, but we had a lot of good fun with it. And there's still like a month left, so go and play leagues if you haven't already. And if you're still working towards the next trophy, go play leagues. Stop watching us, go play leagues right now. Don't stop watching us just yet. Like, give us 5 or 10 more minutes, we'll be done.
Or try another build in the league. I think that's something that the Trailblazer formula does so well, is it's so replayable. Like, just pick different areas, pick a different combat style, discover life on the other side of the tier 3 choice that you never got to experience. You know, it's... Yeah, I think it's awesome to just replay.
All right, we have overrun, but I kind of do want to cover this because we asked players to send us some stories, and it'd be rude of us not to cover them if we asked for them. So, do you want to take it one by one? We could. I can't be bothered to put our names next to each comment. I'm not gonna lie. So how about this? In order, I'll read one, Sarnie reads one, Husky reads one, Manked reads one, and then we repeat. Let's remember that. So Sarnie, follow me, Husky, follow Sarnie, Manked, follow Husky, I follow Manked. Should be easy enough. Say their names as well. So earlier this week and weekend, we asked players on socials to share with us some of their favourite memories from the past year, and we picked out a few of them to share with you. Let's kick off with some leagues-related stuff. So Wolaznik said one of his favourite memories was watching Husky make the league's Discord go chaotic on teaser days. That was a hell of a teaser campaign.
So yeah, Yandura's not here with just only the last year, but just old school RS in general, saying Leagues 4 is the best OSRS moment, period. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Salvador Bandidos says, watching the player count skyrocket when League started. So very similar sentiment there.
Yep, and then we've got the Noob for Soup. There's been so many good ones. Desert Treasure 2 and Leagues 4 come to mind, obviously. But for YouTube, I'd say Gielinor Games, which was amazing.
Big
So
agree
good.
on that
I
one.
can't wait for next season. Okay, and at 1W1W1W1W1 says one of his favourite memories was Foe dying to Tecton. Favourite, I mean, memorable, sure. Favourite seems a little bit dark, a bit harsh, but sure, man, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, out of everything in the year, you to pick that moment to be your favourite. Questionable. All right, we're going from like content creators to Max in this with no rest for me OSRS, and they say finally reaching my ultimate dream goal of getting 99 Slayer, which GZ's all around.
Rats.
Krolic20 says, I maxed on my main during summertime, so that was the best time to celebrate. So, congrats on maxing as well, I suppose. Congrats on your goal as well, I guess.
We had Hey Clevenger 23 snagging a triple 99 for my 30th birthday. I hope you had a good birthday. Clearly did with those 99s. Congrats.
Italian Stallion.exe. Their favourite memory was the 300th hour of killing sand crabs to get 99 range. I feel like he probably could have got that somewhere else, made it a bit more memorable. 300 hours of sand crabs, man. That's pretty cool. Nice one.
Yeah, that's
good old reliable meme, right? You know, this is good, but I like this.
I'm gonna be cheeky and do my personal one for this year. Was finally getting my fire cape after how many years? The day before my birthday on the day of leagues, 12 minutes before the shutdown timer went. So very happy about that. Nice way to end my 20s. But Azam XIV96 says that leagues and hearing about future area expansions, talking about future content, as they think expanding the world is awesome for the game.
And the Trader Stan says, Varlamore announcement takes the cake for me easily. Runner-up would be leagues.
And then we come over to drops. Mutz, wow. Achieving the Zuck Helm on his hardcore Iron Man. That's absolutely crazy. Truly an amazing accomplishment.
And equally as impressive, you've got Sam, got their first ever 5K after playing the game for 19 years. So well done, Sam.
Yeah, and then we've got Sickle_Smith saying, started the year stamping my feet saying I wasn't going to learn CG as I didn't like it and couldn't get to grips with it. I'll be finishing the year with a full crystal and the Bofa. Big GZ.
Congrats. And Mope Solo says 100% be this moment. First mega rare on the iron ever, and then he starts talking about his Tumikin's Shadow. It literally just says in brackets, talks about Tumikin's Shadow. So I don't know what he talked about, but he clearly got a Tumikin's Shadow, and Mope Solo is very happy about it, and that's a very big drop to get on the iron. So GC.
We've then got El Mango 35659602 getting both the Armadillo crossbow and the Saradomin hilt in the same trip. So congratulations on spooning those.
I won't lie, there were more stories than I had accounted for, but we're nearly there. I think a couple more rounds each and we're done. Butterfly Lows, their favourite memory was getting Baron. It was a sick pet. They can't wait to see the Christmas Hat game. It's added now, so enjoy. Hope you're having fun with him. Little Baron.
One of the best pets, hands down. All right, we'll go back. We'll go away from drops and we'll go into some social. Mandrew says the highlight of my Scaper journey this year was the friends I made along the way. And then they've tagged 3 friends in there, so that's cute. That's cute AF.
Very cute. DVRBL says my favorite moments are 1, my boyfriend getting the Dragon Trophy for the first time and got really excited since he loves the game a lot, and 2, whenever I got the Cloud Pet and he was more excited than me. And the Cloud Pet is my favorite pet in the game, so the fact that he got more excited than me was really cute and sweet.
Chaos Ellie, I assume?
I'm guessing so,
I assume Chaos Ellie. But grats DVRBL, sorry, and your boyfriend.
And then we had username _IRL. Has to be pulling a Tumikins in a raid with my bro while at his place for the weekend. Must have been a fun little LAN party. Very nice.
Love that. Mills206 was randomly going to Draenor for the Halloween event and finding a massive drop party that lasted 2 hours and making 20 mil, which more than doubled his bank. And he talks about loving organic things like drop parties and stuff like that. The social aspect, the community aspect is what makes Old School RuneScape so special. I vouch for that. Look at everyone wasting XP right now in game, still chilling. Mods Sarnie is just relaxing in anti-center, comfy, being jumped over. We're all having a good time.
I'm surprised they can jump over me, to be honest. I thought I'd stall them out, but it's all right. I haven't got a name for this next one. It just says DMM breaches. Bring them to the main game. Do it.
That was Manked, bro. What are you doing putting that in the sheet, man?
And then about DT2, Zastrian says DT2 bosses were an absolute hit. Great addition with solid drop tables.
Then we've got MBS, my partner and I waking up to play DT2, and then helping me figure out how to do all the bosses and puzzles without any guides. One of the best days I've had. Took us like 8 hours. Congrats on completing the quest.
Nice. And Daniel NA98's favourite memory was starting their first Iron Man account. I hope it's going well. I hope you put it down temporarily for leagues, which is my first experience of Iron Man. And I won't lie, I get very annoyed. I couldn't play a normal Iron Man because I've realised that I will log out at the first sign of any inconvenience. If I've forgotten this item, I'm not going to get it, I'm logging out. And maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too much of a spoilt brat to play Iron Man. I'm a main account. Leagues is just far enough for me. But well done, Daniel, on your first Iron Man, and I hope you go well.
Cool. Is me the last one, I'm guessing?
Do it, man.
All right, yeah. And finally, we've got Rendy saying, spending 120 hours in the fight caves and DCing on Jad twice, almost having a heart attack. I feel you. I had so many. I had one DC doing my fire cave this year. That was not fun.
And that brings us to the end of the stories. Thank you everyone for sending them in. This is like another little teaser, and I hope it works out. I'm not going to commit to it. As part of this stream, we're hoping to do like a bit of end of year data stream. Couldn't quite get everything together for it. What we're going to try and do in February for our next birthday, when Old School turns 11 years old, we're going to try and do a bit of a data stream then. And I think as part of that, it would be good to get some more stories like this. Maybe we can kind of take some clips and submissions, maybe some creators too. Well, Jared, I'm sorry, I'm kind of feature creeping this stream that doesn't even exist yet, like word by word. But this has been great. Thank you everyone for sharing your favourite memories. And I think we should wrap up with some announcements and compromise, because we are 20 minutes over now, 25 minutes over now. What if we show some of the very nice UGC whilst I talk through the announcements? Maybe that could be a good way of showing the cool stuff and also doing my sellout duty. So we'll talk to these, but first of all, we'll flick through maybe announcements. So this year's Christmas event went live today. If you joined the stream late, you missed us playing through it, don't despair! Exclamation mark game update to learn where to find Jack Frost. Go see the game update news post. You'll get all the details there. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Go north of Lumbridge and you'll be fine. Exclamation mark my year to get your version of to get the Old School RuneScape version of the Spotify rap, Twitch rap type of thing. We're going to be emailing you a ton of very cool stats in like a week's time, actually. So exclamation mark my year, no spaces. We need you to opt into the emails. The command should tell you how to do it. If you're feeling a bit iffy about opting into marketing emails, that's cool. I get it. Maybe opt in for a week and then opt out. Up to you. But it'd be a shame for you to miss out because it's pretty cool. Can't remember her mod name, but the person looking after email stuff has done an awesome job of getting these together and really just wants to share some cool stuff with you all. Next up is the annual survey. So tomorrow we'll be releasing the annual survey, and I've just remembered I need to write the news post for you CM guys. I'll do that straight after this. I'll probably get some I'll have a pizza first and I'll write the news post for you, ready for the morning. Anyway, tomorrow the annual survey is going out. This is your chance to kind of have your say about where our focuses should lie. It's your opportunity to pitch your ideas. Keep an eye out on the news posts, socials, emails, etc., and we'll be giving you the annual survey. And then I think last, I'm going to scroll. Yes, the very last announcement we have is to do with what we gave away through the stream. Sadly, we have no more free pair of top trumps, free boxes of top trumps, whatever. We don't have any more free top trumps to give out. We've given them all away, but don't despair. You can go and buy some. Exclamation mark top trumps. They're now in stock. They're the perfect stocking filler or Christmas present. Get your order in fast for your chance of receiving them in time to entertain the family over the holiday season. That's it. That is all the announcements. And whilst I've been rattling through that crap, we've been going through some really lovely images. So we've seen from Seaman Arizas the fireplace image, a very cozy old school themed holidays artwork by the fireplace done using Blender. And then what we've got now, we have the Holiday Godsword by Spriggan Sir. Particularly loved gift wrap row and gift wrap bow. So I've been chatting crap for 90 minutes now. I'm stumbling. And the snowman peeking out at the bottom. Then we have from the RuneScape Art Community Facebook. I love this page. One of the few things I actually check Facebook for nowadays. Beautiful little Christmas tree. And the magic tree. Particle animation. No, I've jumped ahead one. I'm not even looking at the right thing now. I'm looking at the stream and not vMix, which is the software we use. Sarnie, you did UGC, mate. Over to you. Wrap it up.
I've got to find the mute button and the script first because I'm too busy getting the holiday sauna. Where we at? We're on the Christmas tree now. OSR's Christmas tree it's just the RuneScape Art Community Facebook. Some of the comments we have saying this scaper decorated their tree with the OSRS themed ornaments. The tree topping is the same with the OSRS Christmas tree. The ornaments are Christmas cracker, Santa jacket, dragon dagger, gnome child, fishing cape, nice text, fancy boots, player character, skull, and more. So that's it.
I see them more. I see the AQPW. Cheeky.
I see it too now. Now you said it. Excellent. Yeah, it looks great though. All of the UGCs looking amazing.
Okay, I think that brings us to an end. Thank you everyone for tuning in for 94 minutes. Sorry you had to do that, but we appreciate you for watching the stream and also for playing Old School RuneScape all year long. And we look forward to another year of Old School RuneScape with you. Today's update was the last update of the year. There'll be no more. Today's stream was the last stream of the year. There'll be no more. So keep yourselves occupied. I know you'll have a good time doing so. Hope everyone has a lovely Christmas, a happy new year, and I'll see you in the new year. And over to you guys if you'd like to say anything else. One more thing. Twitch chat. Who should we raid? Spam. Have a look who's live and then let us know. We'll chill for like a couple of seconds. We'll see what names come through. And then we'll see.
Yeah. You can, anyone in World 499 can, I'm dropping some items as we speak, so go for it. Enjoy yourself. Awesome. Yeah,
okay. I'm seeing a lot of Aticon. I'm seeing a lot of lots. I don't know. I knew this would be a bad idea because everyone's saying different names. I'm seeing a lot of Atties and a lot of Donator. I love both of them. I can't decide. Someone else in the stream or Mod Druid, perhaps you'd like to.
Go on, Druid. Go on. I believe so. Yeah. It's the one in chat. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Looks like we're a raiding Donator. Let's go.
So I remember we're all being quiet listening to the voice in our ear, but to the stream we're all just like sat here in silence staring at the monitor.
It's alright, we are on the way, guys. We are on the way. Hope everyone has a lovely Christmas.
Looking forward to 2024. It's going to be big, and excited to have you all on that journey as well.